Good morning, all my treasures. I will be right with you. I'm looking for some wire, stringing wire. I know I have some silver in my beetle on mystery boxes, so I'm just looking for that. I can find both of the gold. I just cannot find the silver for nothing, and I don't know why. So, let's see. Success. We have obtained the beading wire. So now I can say a proper hello to everybody. Hello, hello. Sorry, my camera is not. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Good morning, Tammy, Tina, and Dawn. There's a couple more. If you wouldn't mind going and hitting the like button before coming back to the live chat, that would be amazing. Dawn, hello. That's all right. Donna, Dawn and Donna, you guys have been following each other on the morning, on all the live chats this morning. I have noticed it's like Dawn says hello, Donna says hello, or Donna says hello and Dawn says hello. You guys have been right there with each other all morning. So I'm going to tell you, I struggled with that necklace. I tried everything to get the veil to look right. Couldn't do it. Wasn't happy with the way it looked. You know, all the things. And I knew this was going to be a higher price piece because I used higher price supplies. And so I was just really trying to make sure that it was going to be worth the price that I set it at. So I went back and forth and back and forth. I probably did it 8 times yesterday after the live, and then 3 times today, and then I came up with something that I could live with. The problem was the micro cribs. The micro cribs kept either the bail had like gaps on it because it wasn't tight enough, or the micro crimp would go down into the hole of the focal and get stuck there. So then, of course, I have to pull everything out because I can't crimp it if it's inside. So I ended up having to leave, like keep a bead underneath the crimp bead itself. And so, yeah, that's what happened. I probably could have figured out a better way to do it, but I can be stubborn when it comes down to things looking just right. I don't want to just give up. I could have done it and did a loop on top and attached the loop on the necklace rather than putting the loop directly on the focal. Could have done so many things. Did not go that route. Now, probably should have gone that route. Would I make the cheaper version of it? Which I'm not going to do today. I need to like have a no-brainer, which usually is a strung item, either a bracelet, maybe some earrings, a beaded necklace that I'm stringing together. That can be a bit easier for me. So I have some smaller pearls of the same like tone and color. These are nowhere near as nice as the ones that Tammy gifted to me, but they are very beautiful, and I will find enough to make a bracelet out of with the labradorite, which I just like spent so much time cleaning up off my mat just to now realize I'm gonna have to dump them back out. So, oh, You'll have to excuse me for a minute. I think a puppy just escaped the whelp box. Just 1 second. False alarm. Mom was just sitting right next to the whelp box and not in the whelp box. So one of the babies was whining at her, but when I got up, she jumped in and everything was okay. But they're right at that point where I know they're going to get there soon. But they are not there yet. So let's go down to the mat and I will show all 4 of you the finished product. But I know some people are going to catch it on the replay. Stone could have gotten called back for her appointment. Okay, let me take you. I'm trying to get it all laid out so it looks really pretty before I flip the camera on. Okay, alrighty then. Let's go. And go down to the mat. Okay, so where's my remote? I'm up way too high. Or I'm zoomed in way too much. Okay, so this is the finished necklace. I want you guys to be able to see the whole thing, but this is not. Can I move the camera a little bit? Is that okay? Anyways, this is the finished product. I have the beautiful purple flash labradorite that I got from Randy. It's so pretty. You guys didn't get to see the flash yesterday. You're definitely getting to see the flash today. Oh, at least I hope it's as pretty on your screen as it is on mine. It's just, I really hope you guys can see that. It's so pretty. Okay, and then I have these absolutely scrumptious pearls. Love them. I finished it off at the back of the neck. There's about 3 inches on either side of sterling silver chain. And then I need to find where my husband stashed my sterling silver lobster claw set. But I have those, and then I just did my little closure that I like to do on my pieces, where one side is like a simple loop, but the simple loop is nested down into the wraps, and then this is obviously the wrap loop, so that when the lobster clasp is hooked into it, it's not as vulnerable. I'm very glad that you are here, Rosanna, because I need your advice. So I figured out everything. I looked for pearls, this exact size, type, color. I only found like one other set that looked as pretty as these do in person. So here is the breakdown. I'm backward. There you go. So the pearls I found this is the median price. I came up with an average of 5 different prices, and that is $1.17 a pearl. There's 26 of them, which is $30.42. The chain is 75 cents an inch because it is sterling silver. There were 6 inches used, so it's $4.50. The labradorite, I did not have prices on, so I just did a very rudimentary trying to figure out how much those were. I put those as $2.50. The focal was $12. The lobster clasp will be $1.50, and then the sterling silver little clasp that I did had 56 cents worth of sterling silver wire to make it. So total is $51.48 for supplies. Here's my question, Rosanna. I messed and monkeyed and everything else with this focal design I didn't even finish until halfway through your live this morning. Took me just about all day yesterday. I was explaining to the ladies that in order to be able to crimp this, I had to leave one of the smaller labradorites underneath this crimp. Otherwise, the crimp kept sliding inside of the focal when I would try to tighten up the bead. So then, yes, so then that was my solution this morning. So how do I figure out my time for something like that? Because it's not their fault it's not my customer's fault that I couldn't figure it out, but at the same time, it did take a very long time. The rest of the necklace that was not the bail part took from designing to putting together to whatever, probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. The focal is what took the most amount of time. So if I'm at 51.48 for supplies, I try to remember the way that you do it, like your little formula. Good morning, Miranda. Your little formula of either something times the supplies or this plus your time. I don't remember what it is. Like I said, I have to do like a brainless design for this one because this was taxing on my brain. Now, am I in love with it? Yes. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. I think that I will be able to get a very good price for it. Hello, Pauline. Very good price for it. Like I said, these pearls, you guys, they're gorgeous. And I'm really glad that I went with the lighter labs instead of, I had darker labs in like itty bitty sizes like this. Well, at least the 3 mm ones. The little ones are almost always the lighter because the less stone there is, the more translucent it's going to be. Like if this was a millimeter thick, it would look much different. So, all right, here we go. Either use the direct time or what you estimate it would have taken you without the issue. Okay, I could do that. Because when I finally did this last one and because I used very fine wire and I like stringing wire from Softlex and I just went through it twice so that it was sturdy. It took me about 15 minutes to do when I did it that way to actually get it. But like it was mostly me having a hard time and being picky. But yeah, so when you were talking about your issues, yeah, Micro Crimson Eyes are not friends today. We will be friends again tomorrow. We're just not friends today. Well, as for pricing, either cost of material times 2 plus time, or yeah, because that's going to be $200 for supplies. Yep. Okay. But the other one isn't much less. And I think it's worth it. Do you think that this is a more than $100 necklace? I love it. I love the way the pearls are off to the side. They are the dancing pearls. But because they're not right up next to each other, they lay so nicely. And I just think this purple flash labradorite is like, I could not tell you. But I can't wait to post it and see what Randy thinks because that's where I got it from. The pearls came from Tammy. Don't know why I couldn't bring up that name in my brain right now. And then one of the labs, the smaller labs, those came from Adabel. They came from Adabel, which is a vendor that when I'm looking for very high quality microfaceted beads, I almost always search Adabel on Amazon. The reason is because it is a tad bit cheaper to buy it via Amazon than it is to go straight to Adabel and buy it from them. But as I'm saying that now, I'm feeling bad, and I should be buying directly from them. I love their pieces. There's no reason for them to have to give a cut to Amazon. That I didn't think that all the way through until just now. But they are the best. They're the best. If you need gemstones in a hurry and you need to go on, and you have to go look up Adabel on Amazon. They have beautiful beads, beautiful chain. This diamond cut chain that I love because it's got itty bitty little round, probably 2 millimeter rounds in between the ovals, and the light just dances off. It's so pretty. It's probably my favorite silver chain to use, but obviously I can't use that on everything. I mean, I guess I could, but Okay, now these all came from a vintage necklace that had 6 strands, and they were all twisted. I had to take it apart though, because there were a couple of broken pearls, and also because I didn't like the stringing material that was on it. And I'm glad I did, because I went to cut one of the things and I barely even touched it and it fell apart. So it wouldn't have been usable in any other way. Now, these are not the same quality as these ones, but there are some very beautiful pearls. I don't know what the thing was, but it was the very center strand was the one that had the nicest pearls, but until you untwisted them, you wouldn't have known that. So I don't know if they did that. There was also it would go from a rice to a round. So it was very pretty twisted. And I mean, I think it's a brilliant idea to get use out of some less expensive pearls. So yeah, you never put your turquoise nugget. Exactly. I agree with Steve, Rosanna. You need to post it for what it's worth. And if nobody buys it, or if you can't part with it, keep it for yourself and wear the heck out of it. Yeah, Sarah Lovecraft at the beginning of the year decided that she was going to use all the things. If you're going to eat dinner, eat it on the pretty china. If you're going to have exquisite beads, design with them and wear them. Stop hiding it for that special occasion, or it's just never going to get used. And what's the fun of that? So, anyways, I think it's a good concept. So, I'm looking at these now. Now I'm not entirely sure that I do want to use these. I know that I have smaller pearls like this. I just don't know exactly where at the moment, but I was trying to pull out just the little rice ones, and I guess I would be mixing in labradorite with it, and this wouldn't necessarily have to be sold as a set. It could be sold individually, like Rosanna was saying. People either want the whole set or they just want the pieces that they like the most. Okay, I found some more decent rice ones. I'm good. I was afraid all of these, I picked up 3 or 4 in a row that were potato pearls. Okay, that brings a whole other section, guys. Does anybody like a potato pearl? I don't understand it. I don't understand them. I think rice pearls are gorgeous. So what is the reason for drilling it from side to side instead of top to bottom? Like, I don't understand. Like, who decided that that was better than rice pearls and started doing that? I I really don't understand why they did. Because I would rather just have rice pearls. See, okay, there is. See, like, this is one. Why would you drill that through the middle instead of from top to bottom? Now, obviously, if you like potato pearls, you do you. All day long. Oh, I forgot. Okay, this would definitely make it the same caliber. I do have peanut pearls that I forgot about until just now. I also have these that are like, they're both, this is another thing that I bought that was vintage. There's the bronze color, and I came to, these are like either a very dark blue or like a really dark green. I'm just not sure which it is. I have those as well, but I don't think I want to use the round ones. Ooh. Okay, peanut pearls or rice, you guys? Which one should I make a necklace or a bracelet with? Oh, I'm so. I'm like, these peanut pearls are just delicious because they most certainly are. I think they're gorgeous. I really like a weird shaped stuff. I'm sorry, hon. Oh, here, I finished my necklace. I really like it. Okay. Beth said, just got here, but peanut pearls. Aren't they cool? I had to buy them when I said, and I didn't just buy one strand, I bought two. Because I was like, those are so cool. Okay, peanut pearls it is. And then I have my labradorite. I might just use those as spacers again to kind of break up the darker colors. I do really like this. I should sort out the rice pearls. And I also found these today too, my large hole peacock pearls, but they are dyed. So I don't know that I would put them with these. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna pick out like the more delicate ones. I always freak out when I go to open pearls because oops, that peanut broke. Ooh, that's kind of cool. You can see all the different layers. I have to tell a really funny story. If you can't tell if they have blue or green, they're probably both in their pickups. Okay, cool, thanks. I have to tell you guys the funniest story. So I have a whole drawer of undrilled pearls that I bought way back when. And my brother-in-law used to be a machinist who, I mean, like right, he was making parts for like um government contracts and all of this stuff. And then he had to stop working. And so I was just showing him, he's like, oh, I think I could drill those, no problem. And then I didn't hear from him, didn't hear from him, didn't hear from him. And then I was like, okay. So I called him up and I'm like, "Are you going to be done with the pearls soon?" And he goes, "Oh, I looked at those under like a jeweler's lay and they're cracked. They have all these cracks." And I'm like, "Dude, how do you think pearls are made? They're layers and layers and layers and layers, just like the trunk of a tree, how each year it gets another line. It's not that they were cracked, but he it was just funny. But this is cool. You can see all of them. And I'll save those. I'll still use those. I could probably use those as an earring because they're pretty flat. Just make some earrings. Okay. Did I open both strands? I don't think that I did. I was going to. And I just lost where I put them, but it's okay. My lap. Itty bitty little jar, Heather, that you were just using. So it's on your desk because you just cleaned them up and then went, "Why did you do that?" This is what I mean about needing a like no brainer, but it's turning into a brainer because I don't remember where I put my laps. I will be very happy when this flare up, this fibromyalgia flare up is over with and not affecting my Durkheim's disease the way that it is, because it makes it, what makes the other one so much worse? Oh my gosh, this is frustrating the heck out of me. Okay, maybe we won't. Oh, they're there. They're right next to my bead mat. It's just such a tiny jar that it gets lost in between stuff. Okay, so let's grab the stringing wire, which I already found about over here. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and put that thing back on it so it's not unraveling and making a mess everywhere. Okay, do I just want to do like the same pattern as I did on the, and just do like the pearl and then the little and then the not so little? Which I can do. I need to turn my light up though. There we go. Now I can see. So does anybody know if slash when Dorothy's going to be going live now? Because obviously I don't want to keep anybody from checking her out as well. And like Randy, Rosanna, and I are spaced out so that people have an hour in between. Well, an hour unless we go over in between lives. But I didn't know like what time. But yeah, put a bead cap on them and hide the break. Oh, thank you. Very good idea. I really hope so. Okay, she isn't going on today. I think she is looking at the times. Okay, sounds good. But now that Rosanna said that it should have a bead cap, now I'm thinking I should put a bead cap on the peanut pearls. See what you did there, Rosanna? Just kidding. I love you for it. Seriously. I love a good spacer, a good bead cap, a good, you know. No, they don't need to be cut. They're pretty just the way they are. I don't want to mess with that. Keep it simple, sister. Kiss method. Does anybody else have as hard of a time like finding the hole in microfaceted beads, especially? Like, because it's just not easy to do sometimes. Sometimes the hole just looks like a facet. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. Today is Selena's half birthday. Look at how cute she is. So I got her, and this is the first time somebody's gotten a picture of Lena with Mama where she's smiling. We have tried several times. Oops, I think I'm going the wrong way because there's more. So instead of like a regular cake, it's just watermelon, which she loved. She wasn't sure about it at first, but there's her high chair all set up in its glory. Mama and Daddy. Mama and Daddy with Lena smiling. All three. Oh yeah, that's a speaking water. Yes, it's her half birthday. So I was almost late to Rosanna because she called me because I said, Selena, so because today is her actual half birthday. Jerica wanted the pictures ready because she wants to post them directly when at the same time Selena was born. So she wanted the pictures like ready and just in case Selena wasn't in the best of moods today or whatever else. But I sent her some Montessori um like little toys. So I set they're like soft BPA free silicone though. So like she can chew on them and there's no like sharp edges. And the Montessori ones are not like the good ones that I had growing up where, you had that um little like it was square and then it had a cone went up and it got smaller and you just had plain round like you just put donuts on it basically. These ones actually in between each shape, they stack on top of each other and each shape has a different, like maybe the bottom is a circle and then the top is a star. The next one, the bottom's the star and the top something else. So it helps start STEM earlier with them. And I sent her these really cute little stuffies that are all fruits and vegetables, and they are also learning toys. They have a number on them, they have their name on them, and then each like little toy has some additional learning stuff in it as well. So like you can peel the banana. It's got Velcro on it and stuff like that. So it's just like the next level up from anything that I had growing up for sure, but even that my kids did it. I was gonna ask you guys. Now I'm looking at this again. So if we wanted I have these labradorite hearts that I could put in the center when enough. Or I have these coins. Do you think that the coin would be too big with the pearls? Or should I do that at the center of this bracelet? Did everybody tune out because I was talking baby talk? Oh, I knew that's what you meant, Rosanna. I was just, took it to like, you said it, and then it was in my head. So is it too big? So just, I have some, what we could do is go from the 3 millimeter to the 5 up to the 6 in the center. See, Rosanna, this is what I do. I have to try everything. It was nothing you've said or did, I promise. This is just the way my creative brain works. I have smaller coin beads, labradorite coin beads that I use for. I have these faceted labs are on a graduated strand. Maybe, you know what? I think I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to leave the rounds away because they're not faceted anyways. So what I will do is I will just pull in this one because it has beautiful flash on it. And I can like turn it up ways. Or that one. They're both pretty thick. I'm looking for like the thickest one I have because I know that this was. So that one's really thick. It might be too big. That one's not as thick. Ooh. That one's probably the thickest. And it has purple flash too. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Oh, put the hearts away, Heather. I really am trying to get better about cleaning up my mess, not leaving it on and then waiting till just before something and pushing it up off of my bead to the top of my bead mat. I've definitely I have definitely done that a time or two, but right before a video. Ugh. Which I'm sure that all of you can understand that and relate. Because, or I could just be by myself designing and all of a sudden something hits my brain and I'm like, I have to try that right now. Yeah, I like that. What do you guys think? I think it's really pretty. It's got gorgeous flash on it. I hope are you guys seeing the glow? You see that? It's beautiful. And it's such like a humble little bead. Yeah, it's faceted, but it's not like it wasn't cut to be a focal bead is all. So it got a promotion. There we go. There we go. So, anybody have any big plans for this weekend? I think that we are finishing my room. Oh, someone is coming to look at a puppy later today. Wish me all luck. Puppy money means more bead money, so you know. I'm using the profits of one business to try to build this other one. So, I like that. There's Chris. Oh, you guys all said the hearts. I can try the heart. I just thought, well, I didn't see that in time. Yes, unfortunately. Playing catch up for what, honey? Just for life because you haven't been feeling well? I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do. I've been cleared to travel, but I'm still a little apprehensive about it personally. At least for a flight of that length in time. Oh yeah, the time change is crazy. Like it's 3 hours difference. The hearts were pretty, they just weren't faceted. And I just got attracted to the flash of that. I could have looked to see, I know I had smaller pieces I could have put on either side of this. Now I'm wondering if I do. I hope I'm not the only one that does this, because I do it all the time. I'm like one pearl away from finishing this necklace, and now I'm like dig through all the faceted beads. This is like 4 strands of graduated beads. So there's a lot of them that I go through. And all the little ones are in the very bottom. So I know if I offered it, you guys would gladly take these off my hands, so I was not plagued with this. I could do what, Beth? You could have surrounded yourself to be. Ooh. Okay, hold on. If I've got all the beads pulled out. The heart, they're drilled side, like from top to bottom. So they would go on like that. And you're right, I could. They don't have the same level of flash, though. At least not those ones. See, they're not really flashing. But if I do not find some tinier pieces that would work, I mean, I'm gonna have to undo this. So I can try them next to it. Nope, that's the same size. But like you said, let me try. would definitely have to have. Oh, that's pretty. Would you put one of the 3 millimeter beads on either side? Like, like so, or just leave it just the hearts in the center? That's with the 3 millimeter. Are you guys saying yes to the 3 millimeter or yes to the heart? The hearts. I will go through the hearts right now and pick out the two that have the prettiest flash just because I want them to like be able to. Ooh, that one. It's on the side of the bead. But that's okay. We can work with it. That one has a little bit of flash. Again, on the side of the bead. Why do they all have flash on the side of the bead instead of the top or bottom? Okay. That one has pretty good flash. I could just. All right, let's just pick two that are similar color. Or, okay, I have an idea. What if we face these away instead of towards? And then we don't need the 3 millimeter in between it. And it would go like that. What do you guys think of that? You're not complimenting things at all because I wasn't sure about it. If I was like dead set on the design, I started and introduced it. It was nothing any of you said. I was having the same issue. So now the only thing I have to think of is, do I want it like this with the hearts facing away or facing inward with the 3 millimeter lab labradorites in the center? You like them facing in with the 3 millimeter. Okay. Either way, which do I like? Well, you know what it looks like, so you know that that's what's gonna strike me, but I'm gonna turn it around the other way just to make sure. I honestly need to put these beads in my tumbler. The only reason they haven't been used is because they don't sparkle very much. Like they have good flash and whatever else, but they're not polished well. So, all right, let me look at, there's this. I should have. Okay, there's that or there's this. Let me put them side by side so I can decide which I like better. That's going to be the easiest way to decide. Obviously, the center, this is too tall. Pick the right side, Heather. Video. Just need one. Okay, so there's this or that. You guys are right. I think I like this one better. But I want to see. I haven't had the like smaller, fatter ones. They're just a little bit lighter in color. Like this one. So otherwise, it's probably looking a bit dark in the middle. And this one's fatter than the one I was going to use anyway. So we're going to go. I'm not going to go down to the itty bitty because I don't think I'll like that. Okay, so there, 3mm. You guys, those who know I love making like bows. So them facing outward look like a bow. So that's typically where I would have gravitated, but I'm glad that I put them side by side like that so that I could get like that. Isn't that pretty? Yep, like it a lot. I like it a lot. One time, when we lived in this apartment complex, I was at this lady's house, and she was trying to get her daughter to like bring her something, and the daughter couldn't find said thing, and the mom was getting frustrated, and of course, I would have gotten up and got it my darn self. If it was like she's getting frustrated, all this other thing, and it's like I just wanted to be like, get up and do it yourself. But the daughter finally found it, and she goes, ding, 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 we have a fucking winner. And Jerk and I looked at each other, we started laughing, but it was almost kind of like that nervous laughter because you're like, I should not be laughing at this, but I'm finding it funny. So yeah, that's where my head was going when you guys were like, yeah, when I was looking through it. It's where my head goes every single time. I'm looking for something now and I find it, that goes through my head. And that was like 10 years ago. Anyways. Oh, you have to go? Okay. Enjoy all your time with him, Tammy. Mwah, mwah, mwah. But yeah, so if you ever see me kind of get that wry smile on my face or like look like I'm about to laugh but aren't, that's what it is. Especially if I've been looking for something for a really long time, which is good because with my Durkheim's disease, I cannot remember crap, especially not during a fibromyalgia flare up. So, like, it's good to have something like silly in my brain because it's just better. See, these Adabel, every single one of these itty bitty beads, and even the not so itty bitty beads, every single one has gorgeous sparkle. I'll try to find make sure I get her web address, and I will let you guys know. Okay, so, oh, we need to take pearls off of both sides. So do I start with a pearl or with the labradorite? Which do you think? I don't like this one. All the other ones are like really pronounced peanut shape, and that one just was not. So we have to take that one off. Replace it. I think the pearl, because I think if I have the class, I would have to do so. Am I going? I'm confused. Yeah. This is going to need at least one more. I need to take one off of the other side. Okay, okay, okay. All right. I'm going to cut the spool off so that we can measure it using the bracelet mandrel, which again is not on my desk. Thankfully, I have a whole stack of them over here. Oh, I hate that noise. Hate that noise. Oh, all right. We're at about 6 1/4. So I would either need to take this one off or add one to the other side. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to add to the other side. Because if I jump this, it may be okay. I can always, I'll just use a longer silver clasp. That's what I'll do. One of the new ones that I just got. I cannot believe that I have not been like, I noticed recently that I haven't been on as much of a, I don't know what you're the plug of, but you're driving me nuts. I want my class. Oh, that wasn't even a class. Where are my classes? I'll use one of these. And I will make my little loop-de-loop class thing. I was going to do a sterling silver wire wrap and it didn't end up good. So I have little scraps of the sterling silver wire on my mat that I want to use up. If I don't like use it up in the next day or so, or I'm doing a mat like situation where I'm taking everything else off, then they'll get turned into jump rings. Okay, we do our little loop-de-loop. We face it away. We're gonna do a three step. I'll bump it up just a little bit though. Like that, up, over, around, rotate that a little bit, grab it, and wrap it. Okay. Get in your hand where you have better control. Heather, you have to crimp it before you have something to attach that to. How the heck did I run out of size 2 silver crimp beads? The ones will fit, but like I can go through it again. It's just I need to order some bead along crimp tubes, apparently, which are my crimp bead of choice. I don't mind soft flex, and I order soft flex ones when if like I'm ordering stringing wire, I will order soft flex ones. But otherwise I tend to go with Beetle, and I like being able to like re-up without all the extra packaging and stuff. They just send you like one big bag that'll fill your little tube up for quite a while. Because I buy them like I think 1,000 at a time. So the fact that I'm out is crazy. But the higher bulk price you buy, man, the cheaper they are. So, okay, to the other side. Alrighty, and I cut way too much wire. I can use it for earrings, I'm sure. Okay, this one looks to have a little situation, and this will only fit through twice if it doesn't have, like, sometimes they get those little burrs on the inside or the outside. Doesn't happen often. It's like, once you hardwire a lobster clasp on and then have to take it off, then you always attach it with jump rings from that point on. It's the same concept. But see what I mean? It will fit on. It just takes a minute. Sometimes the trick is just flipping it the other way. And it's time like these, I'm like, would it really be that hard to edit? Just kidding. Okay, Move the feet up. Come on. It's like sticking out right there. I just need to grab it. But I don't even know if even Randy pliers are grip well enough to do that. Okay, there we go. I think. Oh my goodness gracious. No, move up both wires, not just the one. Ah, Eureka. Oh, yeah. Okay, no mistakes because I'm not doing this again. Knock on wood. Okay, so let's make sure that it's still fluid and movable, no large gaps. Grab the micro crimpers. Cut off the excess and attach the clasp. Even the snow braider took longer than an hour. It's all right. All right, now we're going to attach this. Okay, and we're gonna open this. Trying every which way to send it before it will actually work. It's upside down. Now, for any of those, oh no, she ain't. Wait, what? Yeah, that was the issue. We have it now, though. Sorry, and I forgot I was zoomed in so far. It's done. I could have just, why didn't I just like put it in a knot cover and flat crimp it? Why didn't I think to do that? It's just like with the bail. The second I got it on finally, and I was finally like, oh, okay. Then I was like, Heather, why didn't you just go up through and then turn one of them back over into itself and make a loop that way? And, but did that idea come to me as I struggled all day yesterday? No, not at all. And if anybody's having a bad day and is able to, laugh at me, with me, same thing, then I've done my job today, correct? No, I was going to go back to the wire. Holy cow. Alrighty, ladies. I love y'all. Love y'all so, so much. Let's go back up to the top. Say hello and laugh at me some more. Thank you, Pauline. I appreciate that. ugh, when I find my little baby coin pearls, there will be another version of this. That yes, there will be pearls. There will be like 3 millimeter coin bead, 3 millimeter coin bead. That'll be pretty. And then the center could be like a stellar pearl as the center and just leave the rest as labs. That would be really pretty too. But I'm very excited. I know this took a long time, but I'm very happy with the outcome. I am going to do like the simpler one that will also, while not like sacrificing the quality or whatever else, I would be able to redo, I'd be able to do this. I have some really pretty vining pearls too that came from Tammy that are just stunning. Something Bernie was like, "What did you call that? Why did you call them that?" So I did a Google search and said, "Oh, I guess they are called that because they look like a vine. They go up and they look like little leaves and they go into a vine shape. That's why they're called that." But yes, anyways. All right, ladies. I love ya. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I might go live sometime this weekend outside of some. Oh my goodness, duh, Heather, you buried the lead. Brittany Chambers is going to be on the show on Sunday night. So I'm really excited about that. I have to tell you, it was easy. I don't know why I've been so afraid to like ask people if they want to come on the show. Like, Brittany and I had never exchanged messages before, nothing. I sent her a very humble, like, message on Messenger in less than an hour. She's like, "Sure, yeah, let's do it. When you want me on?" And then I'm like, "Oh, I'm still doing up. I have Sundays all this month. Only Deb's going at the end of the month. Oh, well, I'm free any day. We can do it this Sunday." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And then I did all the promo stuff and whatever else. And I took the YouTube thumbnail. And I recently learned that you can change like one design and then you can make it into all the different social media sizes. So that's what I've been doing for my guests. I break it down to a Facebook and an Instagram post that they can then put up. And then that way they're not having to like try to crop it or whatever else. If they want to share it on their social media, which she really liked and said she didn't realize Canva did that. So I showed her that Canva did that. So that was cool. But yeah, it was that easy. So I'm very happy. As I said, I'm still a little partial to the OG, the one that came on the very first show ever, Miss Rosanna. So she was the first one that did it, and I so appreciated it. And she made it easy. And then she came on it again after surgery, and and with each guest, it's getting easier and easier to like ask people that may or may not know me, may or may not have heard from me. And the most exciting part, yeah, it was great when Deb said yes, she'd come on. It was better when she said, "Oh, I've watched several episodes." And I'm like, "Really?" So yes, it's been fun and that excites me. Not It excites me personally, but it excites me for you guys because I'm able to bring you guys quality guests who you can learn from. Maybe you've had burning questions you've wanted to ask them, or you want to know how they went from A to B to C to D to now, like all of that kind of stuff. So it's fun for me. As always, I'm probably going to go put up a post in both Beading Besties on Facebook, but also probably a community post just if anybody has any questions. And then I asked my little thing, which that was something Deb commented on. She was like, I love the little like thing you do, the questions you all ask at the end. So that was fun. But yep, I'm excited. I'm happy to bring them to you. I love you all. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. I'll more than likely talk to each of you again, but if not, happy beading.